Let's go. All right. Here today, start off our film sessions group. Video. Whatever you want to call this.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Gyasi, and this is Jeff. And we're going to discuss today Black Panther. So far, what do you think about the movie?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, the message, the cultural message is very clear.
Yeah.
And I believe it deserves all the hype that it's gotten, all the praise and all the attention it's gotten.
Yeah, it's done very well in the box office.
Right. Yeah. Some people call it the best film like ever. I'm not. I'm not ready to go there.
I wouldn't go there either.
Easily the best Marvel film.
Marvel film. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put it up there. I did enjoy it. It's definitely up there in my top Marvel films.
Mm-hmm. Even in the box office, I mean, it's beaten Avengers in this first 7 days.
I mean, yeah, everyone came out to see it, and people, I think, are still going to be seeing it for a while. Cause
I'm ready to see it.
I know people who want to see it who haven't seen it yet because it's been like sold out in the movie theaters and things like that, or don't have time yet. So
and I know I'm ready to see it a second time.
Yeah,
I know several people who are willing to go see it a second time.
Yep, I'm gonna go see it again.
So yeah, they're not done taking our money.
I mean, about the hype when you're talking about that. I always feel like when it comes to hype, there's always these expectations, and what some people get hyped for and what other people get hyped for are two different things.
Yeah.
And just because like someone might be really excited for it, doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be excited for it.
Right.
That being said, I was excited for this film. I tried not to get too excited, put too much expectations on it.
Yeah.
But I came out enjoying it, really loving it. Like it was refreshing to see, like, because it was, I guess, all black cast. Like to see, you don't see the usual kind of stereotype characters. The buddy sidekick for who's there for laughs.
Yeah. Now it's the sister.
Yeah, the scary big dude who's the muscle that never says much. It's one of those kind of things.
Right.
Yeah, see, it was different.
Yeah, definitely threw out some of the stereotypes.
Yeah.
In a lot of those movies. Yeah, and clearly the strongest warrior is not the big hulky guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a woman.
Right. Yeah, the smartest person in the film.
Yeah.
The scientist is also a lady.
A young
his
lady
sister,
too. Not just an older one.
Right.
Yeah.
And the dynamic between the two of them, the brother and sister. It's very fun to see. And
it seemed very realistic having a sister of my own who's younger. Like,
right.
Kind of bugs you along.
Right.
Yeah.
Asking, did he freeze?
Yeah. That was cool to see.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely saw a sense of family, like, just
Absolutely.
through the whole film, like his Black Panther's character T'Challa, and like all the people around him who were like smart,
Yep.
strong, had skills, but always looked to him to help them out because like, again, he's their king, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I also like to see the fact that they're not afraid to lay it in on him.
Yeah, that too, right?
Just like, hey, you screwed up.
Yeah, they're equals in a sense, even though he's the leader.
He's the king, he's the leader, but they're just
you're not afraid to like, can't say anything to him. Like he's the big boss guy. Like,
right. And that's always fun to see.
Yeah.
And it builds character.
Yes.
It builds character. It's just like, he's the king. He's clearly the leader of this group. Whatever he says goes, but he is also not above asking for advice.
Right.
Listening to their opinions. So that's very good to see. And a guy in a leadership role.
Yeah.
Which we see later on when another king comes along.
And then changes the dynamic. Like what he says goes.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Like from like, a democracy to a dictatorship. It became basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see all that in just, within just 2 hours.
Yes.
The dynamic between the two kings, basically.
Yeah, speaking of that second king.
Yes.
Killmonger. Eric Killmonger.
Yeah.
I thought was a great villain. Like,
great villain, yeah.
It seems like Marvel's been listening since like Homecoming, and now this, like these villains that actually have some depth to them. Or even so in Civil War, I felt that villain too.
Civil War was
the guy who basically pitted the two sides against each other because he felt it wrong. Like, I feel like real evil in the world, or more realistic evil in the world, like you can kind of see where they're coming from. They have a basic goal that is similar to other people. It's just their methods might be completely wrong or illegal or like dangerous. But like no one, unless you're a real psychopath, just hurts for the sake of hurting. Like I love my life, but I just want to hurt people. Like usually you're messed up and nobody really wants to follow you then. So, but I felt with Killmonger and his plans and his attitude, you can kind of see where he's coming from, but not necessarily want to do what he did.
You're right. And the character started out very sympathetic.
Yeah.
Right. Father died when he's a kid. Left behind. Right, left behind. He saw the tech in the sky.
And he knew about it because his dad had told him. Yeah.
Right.
And then see him.
And then his where he came from was also right.
Yeah.
Seeing his people oppressed, everywhere he's gone to.
Yeah.
And obviously growing up in Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Oakland, California, there's no shortage of racism
and violence and in his community. And
so for him to want to give power back to his people.
Yeah. Like he felt hurt and he... Yeah. Well, like they say, like hurt people, as they say.
Yeah.
So
I might not agree with his methods. Yeah. But you can see where he's coming from. And is sympathetic until when he took over as king. That's why I kind of lose a bit of that sympathy for him, is when he became that tyrannical monster kind of, when it's just like burning all the flowers. I forgot what they called. They burn all the flowers, and he's just like, powers. No, it's just me.
Yes. Yeah.
And then choking the people when they're just trying to tell him that's not how we do things.
Well, you see that actually. I thought it was kind of a little bit of a metaphor to how things are in Africa sometimes, where you have these regimes and this new government kind of comes in and they want to do better, but they kind of end up doing the same thing that the last regime did by using fear and intimidation to get their goals when that was what was used against you. I don't know. It's kind of like that's all in a sense. Yeah. That you have to be better than that.
But fear and oppression has never really worked out.
It's never, as you can see in the real world. But it's never really worked out.
Yeah, you always have, coups will happen and all that stuff. And
throughout
it didn't take that long in this movie for that to happen.
Instant coup.
Yeah.
A good 20 minutes or so.
Yeah. But, I thought that was a great villain.
Yeah.
You felt for him. You know what he stood for. It's just, you're like, I don't know the way he's going about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's something actually I want to jump into.
Yeah.
What I thought was kind of like the central theme of the movie.
Right.
Is early on when T'Challa met his father in the ancestral plane. Right. One of the last things that his dad said to him is, quote, "You're a good man with a good heart. And it's hard for a good man to be a king."
Right.
And you see it almost instantly. He goes out on a mission in Korea.
Right. Has a chance.
Right. Agent Ross takes a bullet for Nakia. Right. And he decides to bring him back to Wakanda.
Do the right thing, right? Be a good
against the,
the policies of his nation, right?
Right. Yeah. General Okoye was like, we just don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't risk our people like that. And right away we see that. It's just like, do I be a king, or do I be a good man and save this person?
Yes.
Right. And later on, of course, you see in the end, even after the big fight, he offers aid to Killmonger, and it's like, we can still save you, we can still help you.
Right.
it might not. If he takes it, like you just keeping an enemy right beside you, right? But that's who he is, and you see him struggle against that a little bit in the movie.
Or even being, I guess, a good person when Killmonger came into, like, he was under arrest.
Absolutely.
He could have just like kicked him out right then, but he knew that he did have a say because of what happened to his Killmonger's father.
Yeah.
And that he got killed by his father and how he was troubled by that.
Yeah, he's absolutely pissed when he saw them again. He's like, you can't do this to somebody.
Right. So can't just leave him behind.
Yeah. So yeah, I think
tough choices.
So there's at least 3 that I can count where that quote really,
meant
that's
something.
why I felt like it's almost like the central theme, and what they want to talk about is you're such a good person, and to be king sometimes you have to be a little cruel.
Right. Yeah. The bodyguards and Lupita Nyong'o's character. Nakia. Yes, it was great to see what I think this passes. What they call it, the Belch test. I have to remember what that. Well, basically, it's a test involving when there's at least 2 women in the movie that speak to each other and don't speak about another man, and you definitely got to see that in this movie. They're like when they had that scene, they were talking about her duty, why she wouldn't leave because she stands like for the throne. Right. Even though it conflicted with the fact that, who she knew and loved is no longer in power.
Yes.
That you still have to stand by your country.
Yes.
Which has some political overtones to how things are now. Well, with certain people in power in certain nations, and they, this is your country. You got to fight for it. You can't just decide not to play ball.
Yeah.
Even though you may not like who's in power, you got to do something about it, but within the confines of how things work.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's utter chaos. If you can just be like, well, I don't like who's in power. Let me just kill him or get him out. Right.
And her loyalty, General Okoye's loyalty, is definitely one of her biggest characteristics, right?
Yes.
Because minutes later, we see her holding a spear to her man.
Yeah.
Just like for Wakanda, I'll kill you. I was like, absolutely. I loved it. I expected her to stab him there and then. Right there and then. I think that guy should be. Like, what do you do? They never say what happens to that guy.
What happens to him?
Yeah. Wakabi, I think his name is.
About that too.
Yeah.
I also liked, if you notice, like how he looked across the battlefield and noticed that, like, we're fighting amongst each other. Like, something, this can't be right. This can't be what I want.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, let's just end this.
Yeah. So there's some sense.
Yeah.
After all. Yeah.
After all, even though he was mad at the point that, he wanted T'Challa to be different than his father.
Right.
And like bring a Claw, to justice, but that didn't happen the way he wanted to. Even though I thought it wasn't Killmonger who just basically took him out of his hands. Like, he had him, he basically had him.
Yeah, but he wanted to be the person to
brings
the body back. So he's like,
the reason why he didn't bring him back wasn't like, I'm not even gonna try.
That's the only character I look at him just like, like the Wakabi is just.
But sometimes you gotta just push the story forward.
But he's like, he comes back and he's like, "Where's Claw?" I was like, he got away.
This one time,
and then he's just like, "No, I hate you now. I'm gonna bring this other king in, and we're gonna sing." Like, he didn't even bother. Like, it's not like he let him go.
Yeah,
it's not like he had him at knife point and just like, "Now you're good," and just go. No, he slipped away.
Yeah,
and he's gonna go get him, but he's like, "No, it's done. I'm done."
He's done.
And then when Killmonger brings the body, I'm like, I'm gonna follow this guy.
Yeah. Well, I guess he liked what he had to hear.
Yeah. So this guy's a little fickle.
Another thing I would also love to talk about is the action scenes. Mm-hmm. There were some really cool ones. Like, when she was on top of the car and threw the spear, stuck in the road, and it boom split the other two in half.
Vibranium.
Yeah, vibranium. And then Claw's hand cannon, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it came out. Yeah, because it definitely looked like a fake hand.
Yeah. First. And you just didn't know what it is. Like, why do you have this fake hand? And then the thing just opened up. And, right. The funny part is, something I found weird is in the casino. Right. When he pulled that arm out and aimed it at T'Challa. Yes. T'Challa like waited for like 2 seconds before he like reacted to that shot. He saw the hand come out. He kept walking for like 3 steps before he
didn't realize what it was. Maybe
I don't know.
So he got close to see what. Because I guess he was more focused on getting his man, right? Than maybe on the impeding danger.
Yeah, it's just cut weirdly. It was just you see his hand come out. You see him walk towards him for like another 3 steps before he grabbed that podium beside him.
Put it in front of him.
And I'm just like, what? You just let him do that here? Because I thought he could have just rolled out of the way.
Yeah, and General Okoye was spinning around her staff, taking out characters left and right, like shot to the nose. Put them around. She did stab that one guy, but I guess it didn't really stick.
I don't remember that part.
Right before she kicked the guy off the balcony, I thought she stabbed him because you saw like this sort of like electric pulse or something going around him, or maybe she just touched him.
Maybe it's just like a taser.
Like a taser thing.
Yeah, it could be that. It just looked like that whole civilization. The country, the nation's all about peace, right? Right. We do us and you do you. Kind of like their thing.
Just protection, so I guess it's probably not lethal in their action. Oh, remote control the car? Yeah. That was cool.
That was cool, and they used it again in the plane scene.
Fast and Furious, when they were controlling the cars. I've never seen the latest one.
Oh. Have I seen the latest one?
Was it the latest one? Yeah, but basically there was a sequence when, you know how nowadays they have like, the car can like back up and park itself. Yes. And all that. Basically they hacked into that system, remote control wise, and we're able to control these cars. Okay. The same way. Well, I'm assuming that's the same thing they try to do here in Black Panther. Right. Where when she put the disc on.
She put the disc on, completely took it over. Control. Yeah, that tech was cool. Yeah. That'd be awesome. It's kind of nice to see her, the scientist, kind of get into the action as well.
Right, not just on the sidelines.
Yeah, so it gives her more screen time. Gives her an excuse to have more screen time.
Right. Kind of help out.
Yeah, and then you get more of the banter between her and T'Challa.
Yeah, and everybody else.
That was kind of fun. And the scene where he was taking all the bullet hits. And then jumping back on the car.
And then, shockwave. Yeah. Repelling it back. Yeah, that was awesome.
It's funny that he seems to forget about it every now and then, too.
Oh, when to use it and when not, I guess.
And to the very end, he's just like, he was taking all the damage from the people surrounding him. Right. It wasn't until he, like, from the corner of the eye,
it's like,
corner of his eye.
Release.
It's like, I got this thing.
Yeah,
almost felt like a plot shield somehow. Yeah. She's like, we gotta find a way.
Maybe they hadn't built up enough energy yet. I don't know. Yeah. You had to wait till it was max and then unleash.
So it's like a super meter.
Yeah.
You can't just go halfway.
You can't just halfway. Yeah. There's no EX in here.
Gotta let them all out.
Yeah, use it all at once. The fight at the end was cool when they both had their own suits. Yeah. Kind of fighting in midair. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, that was very Dragon Ball.
It's like, all I could think was like, it's going to hurt when they land or eventually land.
Right. Did they land? How did they land?
Landed onto the platform
on the train, yeah.
And then he asked to turn it on.
Yeah. That part I didn't understand. I didn't quite, like...
What she mentioned before...
I understand what it meant. Like that whole thing kind of
cancels out,
but it's like, does he need that? I don't.
In order to take him out,
I guess. Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah, because otherwise, I think vibranium.
Right, it just takes forever.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
He wanted to be able to get in that stab. I think. Yeah. Otherwise, it would probably just deflect off the suit. So he waited to that one moment.
That's true. Yeah.
I guess that was his game plan.
That was the game plan. It just didn't seem like a good game plan because I thought, because it took him,
a while.
Yeah, it took him like 3 cars to go by.
Before you can get weak enough or getting close enough for it to happen. Well, you gotta have the.
I thought you got game plans. You're supposed to surprise the guy with it.
Right.
He took him down there. You see the one train go by, and now he knows your game plan.
It's chess. See, you make him think. Oh, that's it. You got me figured out.
Yeah.
But I'm really doing something over here. Yeah, that's his game plan.
Because he didn't get the spearhead either. It was Killmonger who picked up the spearhead. Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you with this. And he disarmed him and stabbed
improvising.
Him. Yeah. So that's the part where I was just like, I don't see a plan there for you, T'Challa. Yeah, like it's cool that you brought him down there. Yeah. It's cool that you guys get to show up your naked top bodies and whatever, so the female fans can go nuts. But like, you didn't look like you had a plan going down there. That's what I looked at, and it was just like
improvising on the fly.
Yeah, I guess it's better than.
It's
better than up like when they're up top and they're just clawing at each other like not really indefinitely. I was expecting General Okoye to die.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that would have hit a lot harder than that random guard we don't know. Other guard.
There are sequels, so
yeah. and this some of that. Yeah, and this person clearly means a lot to him.
Right.
Obviously,
so to everyone,
right,
really.
He killed
the relationship.
Forrest Whitaker's character.
Yeah.
Zuri.
He was like the one person who knew that Eric Killmonger was still there, right? And nobody else really knew about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't even think the mom knew about that either.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he felt like, oh, you've come back. You're definitely an angry person because of this.
Yes.
Like, focus your anger towards me.
Right. I understand that part. Yeah. Completely. But I
took one for the team.
What I mean was, did you feel sad when he
died? Oh, I guess not.
Right. I mean, that's what I was thinking
But I don't know how else you would do that.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it looked like they wanted the audience to feel that same anger.
Okay.
I just haven't seen him on screen enough. I haven't seen the exchange with him and T'Challa or any other character enough to really get attached to this Zuri character.
Right.
So when he went, I'm like, all right. So you're angry. All I got is Killmonger's angry.
Right.
I didn't get, he killed that guy who was really, really, really nice. Like, I just didn't feel that one.
Well, I guess it showed that Killmonger is willing to kill whoever, whenever, like, to get what he wants or to get his goals.
Well, he didn't. In that sense. He didn't know that the past king killed his father for this guy, I think.
Oh, okay. No, not
so
when
he
moment.
Heard it. He definitely killed.
Yeah.
He
it was nothing to him.
Yeah.
I was really feeling that scene between Killmonger and his father.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yes, let's talk about that scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was emotional. Because you could see that he wanted the best. He wanted to make his father wanted to make the world a better place. He thought by giving vibranium to his brothers and sisters, as he said, to help them out. And to see that, I guess his death brought such pain to his son that it would turn his son into a person that would want to kind of do the same thing he does, but in such a terrible way. Yeah. That you could tell that you could see the pain on his son's face, and that it hurt him, and you could see that Killmonger was hurting as well.
Right.
That his father wasn't there, like no tears for me, and it's like, oh, people die. Like he was kind of numb to that.
Right.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
And that, I just thought it was powerful when they switched from him being old, and then the child.
Yeah.
And then go back to the dad. That's when he's like, "Oh, no tears for me, son."
Yes.
Switches back to Michael B. Jordan, and now he's got a tear on his face, which he had to wipe after, and that was Yeah, that scene was very good.
Yeah. And another thing I loved is just seeing the shots. This is shots, the colors,
it's very colorful film.
Yeah.
Very colorful.
The vibrance of like everywhere they went, really. Like I like the shots in the art gallery and when they went to the casino and seeing like South Korea. Obviously when they were flying in on Wakanda, that was awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Seeing first when you see the countryside and you see like, you know, the farmers with their goats running around and just seeing that landscape and then going through the force field in the forest. Yeah. And just seeing all the buildings and like the when they're on ground level and like the sort of marketplace and the streets and everything there. That was awesome. It was very, oh man, it's almost like you kind of wish that you could visit that place, that it actually existed.
Yeah, that's look cool. It's kind of like you have the costumes and the designs of the streets. You got the kind of like the tribal feel. Yeah. But you also you can see the technology in there. You see the modern
feel to it too.
So
it was a cool blend.
Yeah, it's like whoever designed that.
Yeah. Did a good job.
Yeah, kudos to that. Like.
Yeah, I really liked it. Oh, or even the people that lived up in the snow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot
when they went there. That was really cool too. Like how his throne was on kind of a precipice, jetting out, and like the sides, the way they looked, and it was just breathtaking. Like, wow, the snow. Like, I usually don't like the snow, but I'd want to visit that place. That would be a nice resort to check out.
Except that guy is like violent.
I like his character too. He's a little funny.
And he'll feed you to the kids.
But he's a vegetarian. I like that.
Yeah, that was a good joke. It's just like it was so intense. And
because you're thinking, oh no, he's a savage. That's gonna a lot.
They set him up that way, right? Yeah. From the beginning.
Just this big burly dude that's all he does. But like,
he's funny, and then he was funny from that point to the end of the film. He was just funny.
And you can see where he was coming from. It was almost like, hey, don't forget about us. You know, we've been up here living our lives. Maybe we're not on the same page, but like, oh, now you want to come to us when you need help? Yeah. Where were you? You know, but he still helped in the end. Yeah. They came through.
And I guess I do like that character for that, right? Because the beginning of the film, earlier in the film, he was challenging to be the king.
Yeah, because like they mentioned how they split off in the beginning, like their tribe didn't really mesh with the rest of everyone, and that's why they decided to go. So I guess he wanted to change things up and try to become the new king.
Right. And if he was clearly he's a honorable person. Yeah. Because when one of his fishermen, I believe, right, brought his near dead body back to the tribe, could have just killed him off. Yep. Kept him safe. I mean, help him out later. I mean, that's as honorable as it gets, I think.
Yes. Also could have had the fruit and taken the power for himself.
Right. Yeah. He didn't have to say anything.
They offered to him in the first place. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So. But I end up liking that character a lot, actually.
Yeah. Because that's what I was thinking. Like, I think he just kind of challenged just to say, like, hey, we're still here. Like, not so much that he wanted the throne and wanted to take over, but like,
it's not like he hated anyone.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, we exist. Kind of thing. All right. What did I feel about this movie as a black man? I guess what I mentioned earlier before, it's like, it's just refreshing, I guess, to just see a range of characters in a movie behaving as a range of different people. Like,
right. Yeah.
Not the stereotypes. Just people being people, good, bad, or indifferent. usually you get seen as one way or one thing. Like you can't you're put in this box, and this is what defines you. And to be like his sister, you know, who's a tech head and she's young and likes to have fun, and to the general, you know, who's a more strict by the rules person. And it's always good. It's always, I think, to have some type of representation. I mean, I guess some people think, you know, oh, there's been other heroes in the past and other things. I mean, I say the more the merrier for anything. Like, I could put on, not just for black people, but I could say for women, it was a great movie. Yeah. To see them have a integral part of the role in society in general. Like, I would say other than equals.
Other than him and Killmonger.
Yeah.
Almost every important character is female.
Was female, yeah.
Well, and the one white guy.
Yeah. And I also say, like, if you look at other films, like, say, Passion of the Christ, if you're a deeply religious person, that movie speaks to you. That's kind of representation. That was a big blockbuster, per se, movie that showed how you feel to the world. And maybe it didn't do well, or it did do well because other people who aren't religious went and saw it. So I say anybody, you don't have to be black to enjoy this movie. I thought it was just a good movie on its own. But I definitely see how, you know, a lot of black people would want to see this. I mean, I can't speak for every black person, because that's always the thing when you're a black person. You feel like you have to speak for every black person ever. Like, that's a lot of pressure. I can't. That's a lot of different individuals who have different ideas, a whole spectrum of thought. Right. I'm thinking of movies through my life that I've kind of gravitated towards. Yes. I mean, usually they're not necessarily characters that are black, but characters I feel that are like me. Right. Is what I gravitate towards. So there might be a black person who's into tech, or who will, like a black female girl who's into tech, who might want to be like Siri now, who's like, oh wow, that's how I felt, but I never saw it anywhere. Maybe I'm like, I wouldn't say they think of themselves as a freak, but they thought like, oh, I'm different, because when I look at maybe the people around me who aren't exactly like me, because they're a lonely black person, or they are around other black people, but they may not have the same views as they do. So you might look to TV, because all you nerds out there know that, like, TV, video games, comic books, whatever, you gravitate towards those things because those are things that you like, those things you see yourself in. You want to be sort of like that person. Right. And have a movie where people kind of look like you, that's a good thing. Okay, so thank you for joining us for our first film session by D-Up Gaming. So hit the subscribe button, like us, comment below what you think about the movie, what you think about this video, and follow us on Twitter at D_up_gaming. You'll see this somewhere on the video here, there, all around. Yeah, somebody's gonna edit that. Oh, anyways, I'm Gyasi.
I'm Jeff.
And we are D-Up.